Okay, so the first technique that we normally teach is like a basic butterfly guard sweep. Okay, again, there's two variations that you can do on this. There's like a no-gi variation and a gi variation. Some people call it like an over-under sweep because that's the position that you're doing with your arms.
Again, the sweep is not important in the grand scheme of things because most of the time in the gi, you're not going to end up with somebody on their knees like this. It just doesn't happen very often. The important part about this is going to be about lifting the hips, learning to lift the hips.
Yeah. So the basic structure of the sweep is I'm going to feed one arm underneath. I like to keep this, I've got to keep my elbow up relatively high when I do this. I can't be sagging it down. Chelsea likes to reach down to the belt. Again, like the position of the grips isn't so important. It's about what you're doing with them. Okay. So
it's getting that shoulder under the armpit.
And how you feel comfortable about lifting and starting to move the person around. I've seen, like as Chelsea says, I've seen people use the belt here. I've seen some people, they grab across to the side.
Some people get all the way to the trap.
Yeah, some people like to feed this one through. Honestly, it doesn't make any difference. That's not the important thing. The other grip, you're going to grip eye over the tricep here and hug it in and lock into this position.
People will put their head on the wrong side here. That should be the first thing you're troubleshooting.
Yeah.
This is going to be wrong and they're going to really struggle.
Yeah. We'll focus on that in a second a little bit more. So I go here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lean my weight and start leaning my head towards her leg. Okay, so I get to this position. My butterfly hook on the other side has to stay strong. Now I'm going to start to lift. My toes come on the mat and I should be able to lift my hips out and come all the way up to the mat. Okay. What my hips do is super, super important. Okay, and it's often, particularly in butterfly guard, is done wrong. People just kind of like toss them to the side.
Yeah.
I'm pulling my hips out the side underneath someone. So if I do it without Chelsea, I'm in this situation, I've got my grips, I fall to the side here, I'm lifting, and now my toes go on the mat, and I bring my hips out. Okay, that takes away the support that your partner has underneath you and allows you to sweep them. It also allows you to kind of like push off the ground and jump up over the top.
The mistake that people make when they start to do this sweep is that they'll fall to their side and try and kick the leg. That's the wrong butterfly sweep, and that's how you end up with the person's weight on top of you. And that's why it's so important to teach this technique as a falling to the side and then lifting your hip up without moving the top leg.
Yeah, really, really important. Okay, so again, I'm going to go this way so you can see kind of what's happening. I get in nice and close. I get this underhook. I can grab the belt, whatever. I hug this one in. My head comes to this side of the body. Now I fall towards the leg. Then I start lifting. I use my hips coming out, and I can just lift it up and around. And then from there, we can either end up in mount, or we can end up in side control into like kind of this traditional open scarf hold position. Okay, it's actually kind of a good thing to teach both because it gives you a little bit of variety, kind of disguises the repetitions. The other way that you can do it, which I often use, is starting to teach, spin around the other side here, is teaching like a little bit of kind of grip fighting and control. Often I'll find that people will grab this leg in butterfly guard, so I'm going to make a grip on the sleeve here. Okay, this is exactly the same sweep, it's just a slightly different setup. Now I shoot through to this underhook, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to fall to my side, I kick this leg through, and I start to lift up over the top, and I can end up in mount again. Like I say, it's exactly the same sweep, nothing changes, except you're just doing a slightly different variation, a slightly different way to sweep. Okay, and one other thing that you can try as well, again, just to add some variety in your classes, you can start teaching people to break the grips. So Chelsea goes here, I kick this out, then I stuff this under, and I do exactly the same sweep again. Okay? Some of the most common things that we see with this sweep, particularly one of the most common, is the head positioning.
Yeah, people will put the head on the wrong side. It's really strange because it feels uncomfortable on that side, but they'll put it there.
The reason that you don't want to do it, if everything I'm trying to do is stop her being able to post out in this direction. Okay, so if my head is over here, I start this sweep and she posts on her head, it's going to be really, really hard for me to continue the sweep. She's got like that table leg back. Okay, so I have to put my head over to here so that she can't put her head to the ground. The other thing that we'll often see as well is like laying back and then trying to lift. So as opposed to falling to the side, falling towards the leg, they'll like try and pull here.
And then they'll try and kick this leg.
And turn. The problem is the person's just going to hop up to their feet and be in a really strong passing position and smash through it. Okay?
But the thing about this position is that when you're a beginner, that might work.
Yeah.
So you have to really, really emphasize the importance of falling to the side, getting the ear close to the leg, moving in this way because it becomes more and more important later.
Yeah, one of the best things that you can do is start doing like specific training from like the almost the end point of the butterfly guard. Like so where you're here and you've got the person kind of stacked up, this is your go point. Okay, now all I have to do is finish the sweep. All she has to do is not let me sweep her. Okay, like 99 times out of 100, you should get the sweep and it will start to teach people to drive off the floor and to bring their hips over in the right way.